it is very difficult for you to imagine some science explanation without a practical illustration. Practical is one of the reasons why a lot of people don't understand science. Everything is about to change. If I can make an AI generate some complex chemistry practical successfully.
To prepare chlorine gas in the lab, we react manganese dioxide with concentrated hydrochloric acid.
A big change is about to happen in the educational system. Science will not just be easy to understand, but also made available to anyone. I'm going to be telling an AI, Google VO3, to generate some chemistry practical experiments. I'm going to be dividing this experiment into 3 categories: simple, hard, and complex. I'm going to be starting by testing the AI with some simple experiments. If the AI passes the simple test, then we can move on to something a little bit hard and then a complex one. I'm also promising you that in today's video, I'm also going to be telling the AI to generate one of the most popular, iconic chemistry practical experiments on YouTube. And that is the elephant toothpaste, popularly done by Mark Rober.
You can make that slow process happen almost instantly. Flash that tapers like this. You can focus the expansion of foam so it looks maximum awesome.
My first simple experiment is going to be telling the AI to replicate exactly a practical video that I already created. The concept of the video is very simple. All I did in that video was adding salt to water and telling the viewers not to call the solution a liquid, but instead call it an aqueous solution. You don't call that solution a liquid. Instead, you're going to call it an aqueous solution. Can AI actually create a video that also illustrates what I have said in this video? The first thing I want to do is to prompt the AI to create something simple, an overview of the exact practical. To my surprise, these are the first 2 videos that was generated by the AI. The video is very realistic, there's no doubt about that. What I love about the first video is that it is having an amazing background. But I want you to pay close attention to something. The salt was not actually added to water, which makes it an error that is generated from prompting those videos. But the second video, on the other hand, was different.
Don't call this solution a liquid, call it an aqueous solution.
And one thing I love about this second generated video is that it has a container labeled sodium chloride, which is the chemical formula of a common salt. And the exact overview of the practical that I want to recreate is somehow present in this video, which means that the second video actually passed the overview test of the exact practical. This is incredible. It contains all substances that is needed for a successful practical, and the message was quite delivered. But I need something better than this. So I decided to write a new prompt. This time around, I want the AI to generate something more detailed and specific. A 28 years old handsome African male chemistry teacher that says in a clear, engaging tone, if you call this salt a solid and the water a liquid, what do you call the result? Just like I did in my practical video. If you call your cooking salt solid and you take water, you call it a liquid. If you put the salt inside the water, what are you going to call it? I copied the prompt from ChatGPT and pasted it into Google VO3. And this is the result that I got.
If you call this salt a solid and this water a liquid, then after mixing them, what do you call the result?
The video generated was looking amazing, but there is a problem. The concluding part, which is the part that I said, don't call this a liquid instead called it an aqueous solution, was now part of the video. And the reason for this is actually because VO3 is currently limited to 8 seconds video. It cannot generate more than 8 seconds video. So if you want something longer than that, you have to add a new scene. Adding a new scene will make the AI generate a new fresh video or continue from a scene of the video that you have generated previously. After so many attempts and trials, copying and pasting different prompts from ChatGPT and a lot of errors being made by the AI, like the AI generating a video without mixing the salt solution with a glass rod. After a lot of trials, this is what I finally have as my end result.
If you call this salt a solid and this water a liquid, after mixing them, what do you call the result? Don't call this solution a liquid. Call it an aqueous solution.
This video is not totally bad because the AI has successfully been able to pass the message across the viewer. Even though this is not a perfect video, it shows that artificial intelligence is something that is here to stay. I was not satisfied with the video that was generated by Flow, so I decided to use Gemini. In case you don't know, Gemini also have the ability to use VO3. But the problem with Gemini is that you cannot make a longer video or continue from a prompt. You cannot add a new scene to make your video a little bit longer. But the result and video generated by Gemini looks very amazing.
Don't call this solution a liquid, call it an aqueous solution.
So, comparing Gemini VO3 and Flow VO3, which one are you going to rate the best?
Don't call this solution a liquid, call it an aqueous solution.
I want you to do something for me. I want you to be the judge. Go down in the comment section below and score this video over 10. Tell me what mark you are going to score the AI for this generated video. Let's move on to something a little bit hard. I decided to ask the AI to generate one of the most iconic chemistry practical on YouTube, and that is the elephant toothpaste. I went to ChatGPT to generate a prompt that can help make the experiment. I copied the prompt and pasted it, and this is the result that I have.
Okay, here comes the world's most satisfying science experiment. Elephant toothpaste. This is why science is awesome.
I'm going to be honest, that practical was impressive, but there is a problem. The problem is nobody is going to understand that experiment. So let's make it a little bit simple and easier for a lot of people to understand. I told ChatGPT to break the prompt down a little bit, make it detailed and a little bit explanatory. ChatGPT created a new prompt, but this time around it gave me 2 different scenes. Let's see what that truly looks like in VO3.
Hydrogen peroxide breaks down, dish soap traps oxygen, and food coloring makes it pop.
The scene that is generated from the first prompt looks like this.
Let's make elephant toothpaste a size, a fast, foamy chemical reaction.
And the scene that is generated from the second prompt also looks like this. If I decide to join the 2 prompts together, this is the actual result that I'm going to have for the elephant toothpaste experiment.
Let's make elephant toothpaste a size, a fast, foamy chemical reaction.
The video that you just watched was generated by Flow VO3. Let's see how Gemini is going to respond to the same prompt, and let's see the type of video that is going to be generated.
Okay, here comes the world's most satisfying science experiment, elephant toothpaste. This is why science is awesome.
If you compare the video generated by Flowview 3 and the overview video generated by Gemini View 3, which one are you going to rate the best, or which one is more satisfactory? Let's move on to the final part and the complex experiment. If you're enjoying the video so far, then a like and subscription to the channel is going to help a lot. Finally, the final experiment, the complex one. In order for me to make this experiment to be complex, I decided to pick up my chemistry textbook and look for experiment that is going to be so difficult or totally impossible for any chemistry teacher to do. The first one is the industrial preparation of oxygen gas. Oxygen gas, which is something that we use in the hospital, is a gas that passes through fractional distillation in order for it to be removed or extracted from normal air. The question is this: can the AI generate a video that is going to show us how this process is being done by chemical industry? How chemical industries make liquid oxygen. Remember that this entire process is called the liquefaction of air. Let's prompt the AI to generate a video that can actually show this experiment or illustration. This is the video that was generated by the AI. A lot of students are not going to understand the concept behind this video. The reason is because a video like this cannot be made from one single scene or from a prompt. You need to write like 2 prompts in order for you to have a realistic video if you want to talk about the industrial preparation of oxygen gas. But this remains the fact. The fact that the AI can actually show an illustration of a fractional distillation tower liquefying air and extracting oxygen from it means that this is a video that is realistic. I'm not going to be prompting the AI for another scene. The reason is because I have limited credit in my VO3 and I want to make one final experiment. This experiment is something that I've searched the entire internet for a practical demonstration and I could not find it anywhere, not even on YouTube. This practical is all about the gasification of Coke. There's no video on YouTube that talks about this. How is producer and water gas being made from Coke? Let me quickly explain the concept of gasification of Coke before prompting the AI. Gasification of Coke is an experiment in which producer and water gas are being made. The experiment is very simple. All that needed to be done is to pass air into a red hot Coke. If air is passed into a red hot Coke, the product is going to be producer gas. In the same furnace, if steam is passed or allowed to react with the same red hot Coke, it is not going to produce producer gas. Instead, it is going to produce water gas. These two gases are very, very useful. Let's see if the AI can actually generate a video that is going to demonstrate how producer and water gas are being made by chemical industry. The first thing I need to do is to prompt the AI. But this is what I want to do. I'm going to tell the AI to write a prompt in which the two gases can be produced from the same furnace. I copy the prompt and paste it first into Gemini. To my surprise, this is the video that was generated by Gemini.
In this dual-purpose gasification furnace, hot coke reacts with air and steam to produce 2 different fuel gases.
I'll be honest with you. The reason why I love this video so much is that it shows 2 different outlets connected to the same furnace. So from this outlet, if air is allowed to react with coke, it is going to produce producer gas, And from this outlet, if steam is allowed to react with the same red hot coke, it is going to produce water or gas. This video is something any chemistry teacher can use to explain the concept of gasification of coke to any student. And I'm 100% sure that that student is going to understand, because the brain understands visual explanation than just reading from a textbook. Let's see what Flow is going to generate as a video. This is the video generated by Flow. The fact that we have two different outlets connected to different coke, even though it looks like the furnace is connected together, also make the video a little bit special. But from this video, we can see that air reacts with red hot coke to produce producer gas. At the other end, steam also reacts with the same red hot coke to produce water gas. This practical experiment shows that there is a lot that can be achieved with AI.
To prepare chlorine gas in the lab, we react manganese dioxide with concentrated hydrochloric acid.
And this is just the beginning. Imagine what would happen 4 years later. I have to be honest, AI video generation is something every school or institution should have if they truly want to make their students to understand a lot of things when it comes to science. If you're a parent or a guardian watching this video and you want the best out of your child when it comes to subjects like chemistry, you can enroll them on my website, idrisacademy.com, where we break complex chemistry topics into engaging, animated explainer video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.